So today, for the first episode, I was thinking, it'd be really cool to have Mitch on, because me and Mitch kind of shared roughly the same amount of humor and just go full out retard with it. But obviously that didn't work, so I'm like, all right, let me just do Jerron, because, it's fucking Jerron. But that didn't work either. So then I did Steve Jobs, and I found out Steve Jobs came down with something of being dead, so that really didn't work. So, hey, fourth time's a charm. I got Deanna.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have a couple of hard-hitting questions to ask you. Number one, would you sleep with Jerron?
No.
Sorry, Jerron. But in all seriousness, you just got done recently filming like a couple of weeks ago, us in our full retarded glory in our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to choose this for your filming class? I'm really curious in that.
Honestly, since it was my first film project, I was just more comfortable doing it with friends, people I knew, and I was in the podcast too, so I knew about the podcast.
So before I want to talk about the podcast, get into the filming stuff, I want to get into a little background about you. So how did you get approached by, good old Theodore with pitching this idea of doing the podcast?
I don't know. Did you I don't know. I don't know if Ted approached me.
Hey, it's all right. You can talk to him. This is my podcast. This is very loose. I really don't care. So Ted, how did you approach her on this? First on John's Dojo. This is a three-way right now. Hopefully his thumb won't be up my ass by the end of this show. But
actually, I don't think it was Ted. I think it was Mitch that brought it up. He brought it up at work, and he's like, "Oh, Ted was looking for a female perspective on the podcast." I was like, how about me? I want to do it.
When you thought female perspective, you thought he was trying to film a porn, wasn't he, in his room?
No, but knowing Ted, I can't be too sure.
First time I did it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm filming stuff. It's gonna be tasteful stuff." Like, "Oh yeah, porn." That it came in. I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind." I had the gimp suit out and everything. I'm like, "Oh." So this is what we're talking.
Though.
I'm like, this. So this is what you meant by filming. My bad, guys. I didn't mean to intrude on it. But no. When I think it was Ted that came to me and said, "Yeah, Deanna's doing a podcast." I'm like, "Oh, Deanna, I didn't think you'd be into that sort of thing, to be honest with you, because I think you're cool." We hung out a bunch of times. Like, "Oh, I think that's cool." I didn't think the podcast would be for you, not be for you, but
Why?
I didn't think you'd be. I don't know. You just didn't look like that type for that, and all of a sudden you just came out kicking ass, and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty good," because you and me had some heated moments on the podcast. That's actually.
Yeah,
pretty
we did
good,
actually.
right?
We got off on our tangents. We definitely did.
It's fucking great, right? Since
yeah.
when did we become the CNN of it and stuff, or
the CNN?
Yeah, I don't know, Fox News, whatever.
Fuck Fox News.
So, what was your first podcast? Do you remember it?
Honestly, dude, no.
Really? Because I can remember mine. My first one, I wasn't exactly there. I was did a call-in when it was Ted, Mitch, Dave when he was still on there, and Ryan. I don't believe Nick was on at the time. And it was...
Nick drove.
Okay. Yeah, so he was on at the time. So it shows you how much I know. But yeah, it was fun,
Dave wasn't there either. It was Adam.
Okay, Adam was there. So never mind. I guess I didn't know as much as I thought I knew it. But, so, what made you what was the moment that made you want to stick saying, "Oh wow, this is what I wanted. I wanted to do this podcast.
With the podcast?
Yeah, I want to be a part of this family."
Honestly, I just saw it going somewhere with you guys. Just the personality of it.
I know, we all do balance each other out in a way. It's great.
We're all really different, but then it's kind of that weird balance.
I know, it's awesome. So, how long have you been on the podcast? Just about a year, huh?
I wouldn't know, a little less than a year. A couple months. Maybe I started, I think, when did I start? November? Last November? Around then? Yeah.
I'm old. I'm not going to remember.
Yeah, so you don't even remember shit either.
I just, and everything, it's just like my relationship with my fiance. Everything just blurs together. This is just one big family I'm married to right now, and I'm at the point with this now where I'm just looking for outside sources to cheat on it on the side. But, I'm at that aspect of this relationship right now, but.
No comment.
I haven't got that way yet, sorry, Jim. But, so, Are you thinking about branching out? You thinking about doing anything? Any sort of new podcast things? I know right now, you're exclusively to like the formerly LFT podcasts. So, are you looking to branch out and do anything else?
Like my own project?
Yeah, do you think about doing anything? Or anything you want to announce? Or are you curious to shoot something down the pipe?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Just think of it as Richard Gere and a gerbil. Where are you going to stick that gerbil up its ass through the thing? And, so, like, any new projects you'd care to shove up Ted's ass, like that gerbil, and give him an idea?
I haven't really, honestly, like, I haven't had time to, like, think of anything, like, besides school. So right now, no.
Oh, no?
Sorry for a boring answer, no.
Yeah, that's right. But if you wanted to do something, what would it be?
Why are you going to put me on the spot like that? I don't know. Probably, like, skits or something.
Skits, really?
Yeah. Ted was talking about skits. Maybe I would write with him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious, do you have an awesome name for it? I am grilling you with these questions.
Yeah, you fucking are. I'm not ready. No, I don't have a name. I'm not prepared for this.
It's kind of like, it's like Kobe Bryant in the Colorado hotel room. It's going to happen. You just kind of got to, like, just, clench your lip, bite down, and just
I don't think there would be, like, any, like, specific, like, title, because it would just be different episodes.
So, now I'm going to switch gears and get into with your filming with it, because for the weekend when you invited us, I thought it was cool. And to be honest with you, you said we're probably going to do Saturday and Sunday. Were you surprised that we did it all in one day? Because coming from me, I thought we're going to do what we normally do, which is like dick around for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the day, it's like, oh shit, we kind of didn't get nothing filmed. So we're going to all, get together on Sunday and do it. I was surprised it all got done in one thing and it went by really smoothly. So how were you about that, the whole process? Did you have any worries, so to say?
Time was, like, my one worry, and, like, you guys being comfortable behind the camera and, like, trying to get, like, good enough takes and stuff. And then I was more or less worried about, like, the aftermath of, like, editing and how I'd, like, put all the footage together.
Yeah, because I noticed you on Facebook. It took you forever and a day, didn't it? Especially at school, just to get that shit done with the editing.
Yeah. It took me, like, I had maybe, like, all the days that I was in the editing room, like, maybe, like, a week altogether.
So how is editing? It's not fun, is it?
No. No, it's not. I hate cutaways.
So, what was your favorite part of for the podcast? Like, what did you like about the filming part?
Like being behind the camera, telling you guys what to do, honestly.
What was your favorite scene, though? Like, what did you like filming, or...
Interviews.
Oh, you enjoyed interviews?
Yeah, I like the interviews, yeah.
I came in to being, like, nervous for it at first, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be like at a camera. And as you can tell, I'm still kind of nervous, but I'm, like, getting on to my own. I could tell you're kind of, like, nervous.
I'm a little nervous. It's, like, weird.
I know.
It's weird being in front of the camera.
And you're not used to it.
No.
It gets easier, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, did you show it yet to your peers, should I say, in the class?
Yeah.
How did that go? Did people like it? Did they...
Honestly, yeah, they liked it. My teacher really liked it. I don't want to, like, be full of myself, but it was definitely better than some of the others.
What was the worst one you've seen? You could throw anybody under the bus.
Oh, man. Well, there's one kid, and he plays baseball, but, like, he had his mom help him film it, and I just felt really bad for him, because he wasn't, like, prepared at all. And it was just, like, a bunch of, like, it, like, cut away to, like, what was it, like, the title cards? Like, every 5 seconds. And I'm just like, dude, no. Have you ever heard of voiceovers?
Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Like, he tried.
It reminds me of this time where I was watching, when the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge thing was, like, kind of a thing? I watched somebody on YouTube, and his father filmed, like, oh, can you film I do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? He was going to do it. Apparently, his dad turned off the camera midway through, and then it was back on, and he was all drenched. I'm like, poor kid. Like,
Aww.
That's terrible.
There was a lot of, like, fails for that.
Oh, the Ice Bucket Challenge. That's
right.
I think my favorite one is when some chick got totally beamed with the full head with the full bucket of water.
Yeah.
So, did you get a grade? Like, what was it?
91.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. That's all. I only want an A.
Better
so.
than the highest. grade, bitch. Was it?
Huh?
Better than the highest one, bitch. Was it?
Yeah. Of course. What are you gonna do if it wasn't?
Kill you right here.
Oh no.
It's gonna be the first time. It's gonna be John's Dojo featuring now snuff films.
Anything goes.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's nerve-wracking for me, because there's still some episodes of, like, Left 4 Dead and stuff that I wouldn't even want to film, or watch, because I'm very curious, I'm very self-conscious when it comes to my voice. How are you at it with you? Like, I know you heard your voice sometimes on it, where you're like, oh god, that's awful.
Yeah,
or,
it made
like,
me cringe a little bit. I'm
really?
like, yeah. I don't know.
It made me cringe a little bit seeing the video, just for my voice in general, and Ted's acting, but mostly for, like... Man.
There was at one point where I was watching it, and it was, like, in the car, like, one of those scenes in the car, and Ted fucking snuck in a Kermit the Frog impression. I was like, God damn it!
Ted is gonna pull John's Dojo with all these times making fun of him. All I have to just say is his penis is small too, and that's it. Oh, wait, I totally went up. Sorry, Ted. He's looking there and goes, alright, you wanna see how it goes? But it was cool. Thank you for your time, though, with, like, having us come over and do that. I really appreciate it. It was really cool. It was a different experience for me. Because, like, I didn't think I would be so good at filming or do this, but when I got a taste of it, I'm like, yeah, I definitely can see myself,
yeah.
doing this.
Honestly, like, right now, this is, like I said, it's weird being in front of the camera. I'm so much more comfortable, like, looking... Okay. Looking, like, behind, like, the little, like... screen and like watching from like a little like box pretty much.
This episode of John's Dojo, by the way, is being filmed in Baltimore, Maryland, guys, if you not know. See what happens.
You're horrible. You're horrible.
But now that you have time and you're free from school and stuff, what are your plans? Like, what are you going to do?
Honestly, I really want to like start writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nothing, maybe a treatment, but maybe, like, I don't know, poetry or, like, a book.
Oh, okay. It's not going to be a 50 Shades of Grey book, is it?
No. Much better. Much better than that.
It's not going to be a Twilight book, is it? Okay.
No. It's going to have actual depth to it.
Is it going to be, like, erotic? Like, because I've been trying to write stuff about Geron erotica forever, and no one ever wanted to catch on. You figured some desperate housewife in Missouri would like a fat black dude, like, thinking about stuff on it, but it doesn't happen yet, right?
No, it's not. Actually, I don't know what it's going to be about.
Oh, because
I have a couple ideas.
Do you care to share?
I don't want to.
Why? Because you're afraid somebody's going to watch this in 8-bit?
Maybe. God damn it, Nick.
Did I also mention on top of Did I mention on top of Baltimore, John's Dojo's filmed in Nepal too?
Sometimes I question our friendship.
No.
Why?
I'm sorry. How was it? Was it good?
Huh? What? The question, yeah. It flowed for you, right?
What?
It flowed for you, yeah.
What?
When I tried to put my hand back, it slipped right across there. I'm like, fuck. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
What, with the Geron erotica?
Yeah.
It's called Geronica.
Are we even keeping time right now, or no?
Not really,
No.
This one can be short. I can wrap it up with.
No, you don't have to wrap it up. I was just wondering on, like, what Ted wanted to do for time.
It's going to be scene
200.
1B. Take one. And we're back.
And we're back.
After
You should cut to, like, that technical difficulty, like...
Well, with the little stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just came back from Kansas.
Do.
Nepal.
Those tornadoes in Kansas and Nebraska.
But the earthquake was in Nepal.
Tornado. Whatever. Go.
We're back from Kampal. I see a combination of Kansas. I was supposed to say Canada, Kansas and Nepal. We have earthquake tornadoes going on over here. So, Deanna, now we're gonna get back into the podcast, and I won't be hurt. I'm pretty sure nobody else will be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel like the dude, the fruity dude from Hunger Games, about to ask you questions. So Deanna, anything special? But no, I got a question. So, and it's a personal one. Who do you feel you have the most chemistry with in the podcast?
I would say, honestly, if we were, like, in a group discussion like we used to, probably, like, Mitchell or you.
Oh, I didn't expect that. Eat it, Ted, eat it, Nick. I was definitely going to call you a bitch if it wasn't me, but that's just I'm like, I don't take that offense, bitch. But anyway, no.
Fuck you.
Really, how come? Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. What do you mean, why do I feel that way?
Like, what do you feel? Why do you feel about that chemistry? Or is it hard for you to define?
I don't know. It's just, like, the kind of, like, we kind of, like, I don't know. Me and Mitchell kind of, like, that, like, witty banter sometimes. And then, like, me and you can have, like, serious discussions about things.
So does it work that maybe with Mitchell, like, you guys are around the same age group, so you feel like you might have a lot more in common as opposed to, like...
That, too, and plus, like... Me and Mitchell,
the...
like, we work together. Well, we did when, like, you know, shit didn't change or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, kind of just built my friendship more with Mitchell and then kind of like you guys.
I get it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
No. It's okay, bitch. But anyway,
Fuck you.
Ted, she wasn't a black woman. It's Baltimore.
I love you guys equally.
Oh, but Nick's white. No. Yeah. But no, I'm sorry, Ted. But yeah, it's...
I do not approve of these Baltimore jokes. Disclaimer.
Alright, I'll get into that in a little bit, but talking about, if you could have one person or if I say that somebody wants to come to you in your class or somebody, like, randomly, like, I won't throw any names, like, Nick Smith. If somebody wants to, like, randomly come to you and goes, I want to start my own podcast or I want to do that or film that, well, what's the best advice would you give to them?
Have an outline of what you want to do before you start anything, because if you just kind of, like, jump into it and, like, you're all over the place, you're not going to get much done. So, like, if you're recording and you're not really filming anything, have, like, I don't know, like a docket, like how Ted does it, like a list of what you're going to talk about. Okay.
This awkward silence is brought to you by
Deanna.
Jerron. Keep creeping, buddy.
But if you're filming, definitely, like, the same thing, like, have a treatment, know what you want to, like, do, and, like, maybe, like, a storyboard and how you might edit it, and just basically plan out your shit.
Would you trade this for anything in the world, this experience?
No. Because it kind of, like, it helped me, I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I first, like, went into college. And then joining, like, the podcast and then, like, going to the college that I'm at now and doing production, that kind of, like, led me. I thought I started making Nick cry. But yeah.
Good for you. The college air, look at her. Harvard grad right here. Good, great time.
No, not even close.
So, we love you. I welcome you to the family. It's been a ride, a really weird, strange ride. It's like having sex with Ted. You don't know how this is going to end, but you know it's going to work out by the end. So, it is. So, we
Pedigrees.
So, enough with that stuff. Let's get on to Baltimore. Just what people want to hear. Two white people talking about an issue like Baltimore. Great segue. So, what's your opinions on it, anyway?
Honestly, like, I hate the fact that, like, people are looking at, like, the riots in all the wrong way. You know, like, I don't know, it's just, like, another way of, like, I can't really talk because I'm not black, I'm not oppressed like a black person would be, but I kind of, like, I want to support, like, the cause and everything that's going on and, like, what's happened with, like, cops and, you know, racial profiling and stuff like that.
My opinion about it's I feel like with the riots, it takes away a little bit, which should have been a main issue, where we do have a police problem in this country. We have a problem with police thinking that they're above the law, and police, the right for the police is supposed to be to serve and protect us, not use fear and bully tactics, which they do. And yeah, they do profile. They profile more to like, young black males in particular. But my thing is too, there's a bunch of friends I have who are white which the cops pulled them over for stupid shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like this would have been a perfect time and a perfect thing if they would have did it in a more peaceful way to say, listen, this is about how messed up our police system is, and we do have a fundamental systematic problem in this country with how our police system is run and governed. And by them doing the things, it doesn't take away, it takes away a little bit from it, because now it focuses on, look what they're doing, look what these protesters are doing, or these rioters are doing, and I'm like...
they started off with peaceful, protests and everything like that, and there were, I saw, some things, how people, repost shit on Facebook and stuff, I guess one girl, took a picture of all, the shit she stole from, a CVS, makeup, and she was bragging about it, and someone was like, oh, it's so ignorant that she would do that. And it's like, well, that's one out of how many that were there for all the right reasons.
Well, you know what it is? There's one or two assholes that usually ruin a whole movement like that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
It's just, I just think it's a police problem, and, we need to change it, and...
I just think, there could be so much more, organization, maybe, better psychological, testing before... I just think better training would be better.
With the riots, I would never believe I'd say this, but I think to quote the famous Tommy Lee Jones from Men in Black, he says, a person is smart and understanding, but people are dumb and stupid and irrational. And that's the truth.
Yeah,
you get a person, they'll understand if you talk one-on-one, but if you get a group of people, that's when mob mentality sinks in.
Exactly.
Sucks.
There was this thing, it's totally, off topic from the Baltimore, but, I forgot the exact name about it, but I saw it on Tumblr. It was, a transgender woman, and she was, in this, mask or whatever, and she was, a street performer.
Mm-hmm.
And people were, basically, mocking her, and, there was a couple women that actually attacked her.
Yeah.
And then I guess someone pushed her down so hard that she kind of had to, just stay down, or else they would have, came at her again.
Yeah.
And it was exactly, mob mentality. Couple people attacked her, and then everybody just stood around, either filmed it or just didn't do anything. So it's just something so small could become a bigger issue.
And speaking of transgenders, Jerron said Bruce Jenner could get it in.
Oh no!
So
stop.
he's gonna kill me next episode. He's like, man, we gotta talk about that Bruce Jenner thing. He do look good. I'm like, oh okay. I'm glad we cleared the air on that. But anything you want to talk about, anything on your mind, really, that's maybe not as political and maybe not as,
I don't
or
know.
anything that you want to talk about. I mean...
You're the interviewer.
I could talk about the plight of blacks in America. I don't care.
Whatever. You started off.
No. Sorry, Jamie. I think I just lost a bridesmaid for you.
No.
Excited, though?
Yeah, I am. Really excited.
It's
probably gonna cry.
it's one thing. It's gonna be fun that day. It's not fun right now. Just visiting the places and doing that stuff.
Planning and getting everything together is never fun.
And having to hook myself onto the streets, hooking just to make the payment to
hooking.
Anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
So, Deanna, I noticed you had some Coronas in there, and we're just going to shift from talking about, Baltimore and, podcasts, just random stuff. So,
okay.
I've noticed a lot of women who don't like beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's the group of friends I talk to, like beer, but they like stuff that's usually Bud Light or stuff like that. I've really
Bud Light is disgusting.
I've really, beer-flavored water, that's what I call it. But
pretty much.
My fiance likes different types of beers, but how did you come into growing,
to like beer?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable on beer, but I don't really like anything that's too heavy or it's has too much flavor.
So with that being said, what's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer? I don't really have a favorite, honest. What do I prefer?
As my
You
black
know,
conscience said.
I like Sam Adams. Sam Adams is really good. Or there's this fucking, I forgot. It's another Irish beer.
I
I
have to
forget.
think about it.
Has like a green label.
Killigan's? Killian's?
No,
Is that non-alcoholic?
I forget.
I love O'Doul's. I don't know what you're talking about. I gets me drunk all the time, but
The Smithwood or something.
oh,
like that?
Smithwick's.
Yeah. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. It's all like Irish, but yeah.
Yeah, we're
Smithwick's.
typical
how you
Americans
see
just
it?
butchering languages. It's Smithwick's. But my favorite, Blue Moon, all day, every day.
Oh
I
my
love
god,
that shit.
fuck! I forgot about Blue Moon. Yes, Blue Moon's delicious.
So, now 2 questions with you. What beer were you pleasantly surprised by? You didn't think it would be good. You went to a bar or a club or whatever. Like to serve beers at clubs, or like you go to a bar and you're pleasantly surprised by the beer. You didn't think it would be good. And then the follow-up question to that: what beer that you got that you absolutely couldn't stand, and you're like, shit, why did I waste my whatever foreign change on?
Yingling surprised me. It wasn't really.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it really like it's like a light beer, but I expected it to be like heavier for some reason.
That's disappointing you?
No,
Oh.
no, I liked it. That's one of the beers that surprised me.
2 years ago, when me and Jamie watched my aunt and uncle's house, they had a bunch of Yingling. This is before Yingling came back over here. I guess it's like a New York thing. Before like all of a sudden it like became popular. Like there's a bunch of Yinglings downstairs in the fridge. You can have some, so we're curious. And I hate sounding like this. It's just like it's all right. Like it's like right now everyone likes Yingling, and I feel so hipsterish. I didn't like it before it became cool. It's so dumb, but yeah, I don't know. That's my thing on Yingling. That's my experience.
I don't think PBR is that great.
Speaking of hipster drinks.
I mean, it just doesn't really have too much of a taste to me from what I remember when I had it.
I think of the YouTube thing. There's a thing where there's this drunk guy, and I swear he's like this. He has a PBR. It's like he puts PBR in goods. PBR makes your dick soft.
What?
It just goes on that, and I'm like, all right, I'll take your word for it. It sounds like you found a couple of them in your time. You know, it looks like pounded a couple of BBRs in his time because he just looks like the type of person.
Who?
You know where I'm going with this.
No, I don't want to go there.
You know how I'm going with this.
Okay. Fine.
Your boy Dean.
Oh, he's not my boy.
Did he like PBRs?
He did.
Did he let drink them all the time?
Not all the time.
But
He drank what he could afford.
So he drank. So was his dick
Cheap
soft?
beer. Next question.
That was a yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, that was probably the funniest thing he ever gave us. So, all right. What was the worst ex you've had? And what was the best ex you've had?
Is there any such thing as a best
Oh, sorry.
ex?
What was the worst ex you had? This includes somebody who actually were legit dating. And what was the worst date you've been on?
I haven't been on any really like bad dates, to
Okay.
be honest.
What was like, okay, this wasn't what I expected date? Like the motherfucker brought you like Chuck E. Cheese or some random thing like that. Like this isn't.
That never happened to me.
That'd be
Like,
pretty
I've always
awesome,
had
not
pretty
gonna
like
lie.
chill like dates. I mean, they'd be kind of like awkward, like like forced conversation, but that's normal for a first date.
What was the worst forced conversation you had then? Like you just really fucking grabbing for straws here.
It's probably been a while. Probably like sometime in high school. I don't know. Like,
Can't you just make up something?
no, like, what do you mean?
I don't know what. Like the guy randomly started a conversation. He goes, "My dick died. Can I bury it in your ass?"
Oh God, no! Like, probably like random dudes at clubs fucking came up to me.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, sweet?
Just like really uncomfortable like conversation starters.
Oh, I want to bash on Dean some more. So let's get back into that
oh,
discussion.
God.
Okay. Did you fake laugh at some of his comedy clubs? These are the hard-hitting questions I need to know.
Yeah.
Really? What was the funniest thing you think he ever said? Hypothetically, if he actually ever did say something funny, what was the funniest thing you think he said?
Probably when he wasn't, like, trying to be funny.
Oh.
Like,
So
naturally talking.
So basically said the best, funniest thing he ever did was pull down his pants and show you his dick.
Pass.
Wah, wah, wah. I don't know whether I should be happy that we're doing this or mad that I'm actually promoting this kid. He's like, no, I want to take a look at him and see. So where do you think he is actually in California? Do you think he's actually being a comedian, or do you think he's actually selling that delicious ass he has on the streets just to make it by?
Honestly, I don't know, and I could, like, I hope in the best. Like, I could care less what he's doing right now.
Oh, you wish him the best. Okay, so...
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna be a total bitch
Between
about it,
AIDS or cancer, what would you rather have him have?
That's horrible. I'm not answering that.
Gonorrhea. Anyway, so...
Probably.
You know, okay, so... Have anybody ever got put off by your attitude before? Because what I noticed before when I was sitting here and you were talking to, Nick and Ted, there was things like, I could tell sometimes you might have an abrasive personality where it's like, I respect that because I feel like you come off as honest, like you don't give a fuck what people say about you and stuff. But like, has anybody ever took offense to that? It's like, man, you are such a raging bitch.
Well, like, okay. Such a raging bitch. There's been plenty of, like, occasions. Probably, like, customers would fucking, like where I work.
Yeah.
We work, or whatever, like, would be like, well, I'm just asking you a question. And I'd be like, I was just telling you, like, my answer. Like, I guess the way, like, my tone of voice and how I just come straight out.
Yeah.
They take, like, offense to it because maybe they feel stupid. And I'm just so honest in my, like, response. I don't know. There's this one, like, old lady that was asking about Clarence, and I kind of just be like, well, it's whatever the price is marked. And she's like, that's not what you said before. She's like, you didn't have to talk to me like that. I was like, what? How am I talking to you? Just, like, stupid shit like that. And daily conversation. I don't know.
So I'm going to bring out a tape measure, and you're going to tell me how big.
We're going back to...
No.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. in that, like, recent interview that he had.
Oh.
Right now.
I thought I got excited for a minute. I'm like, you saw Robert Downey Jr.? How's he packing? So I'm like on the tape measure for how big. Oh, it's great. So my last thing I want to get into, it's like women and like, okay, gaming. How do you? I noticed you're a video game player. Like, you play games. Like,
I haven't played in so long.
What do you play, or do you play online at all?
Honestly, like, no, like, I haven't played any games in, like, forever.
But do you play with friends, or do you actually tell friends that you play games? Because coming from personal experience, my fiance Jamie, she has Xbox Live, so she'll play stuff where, like, her name on there's, like, Jamie Redman, just because, like, that's how people pronounce it, so she's like, whatever, I'm just going to do it. So most people...
That's clever.
She doesn't have, like, the headset on, so she plays, like, I don't know, something like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and she'll be kicking ass, but I'm like, why don't you put it on the headphones and talk, because some people are playing, and, she plays, like, these 18, 16-year-olds, and she goes, no, because they're going to... I'm a woman, and then they're like, "Oh, you're a woman playing," or sometimes she gets that that thing about it. Like, do you ever get that way with other like some friends or like stuff? Like, are you very hesitant in saying like around some of your guy friends stuff like that you're a gamer and you feel like they're gonna judge you? Like, oh, what games does this bitch play? Like The Sims or stuff like that?
No, I could really give a fuck, honestly. Like, if I am into like a corny game, like there's plenty of guys that play like stupid ass games too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really wouldn't care.
But do you ever feel you'd be like that? Like, on my fiance is like, you'd feel like I can't put a headset on, or like you'd just be afraid.
No, I would love to like mess with fucking like the dumbass 16, 18-year-olds. I would love to talk shit, like if I were into like the Xbox gaming like live scene. Yeah.
So, the only joystick I play with is Ted's every night. And on that note, I guess we'll that's the first episode of Don's Dojo. It's the first episode of Don's Dojo featuring Ray Liotta. Don't edit that out, Ted. That's actually pretty good. And so,
no,
that's what it is. Deanna, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it,
fun.
and I'd like to see you on more. So,
yeah, I'm down to come back.
Talk about Dean some more.
No,
Dean Peters.
We can talk about something more interesting.
Aw. I think there's something there. But anyway, no. Coming for you. But anyway, this is John's Dojo. See you later. Sweet.